It's only fitting that I'm wearing a rainbow tie-dye sweatshirt in this video because it's about to be a colorful one. Because for the month of August, which I know is a little bit ago now, I made it my goal to incorporate color in my journal entry every single day for the whole month. For those of you who don't know, I've been daily journaling for almost 7 years now, and I love adding color into my journal entry with all of these beautiful pens and markers and everything that I have over here. I'm addicted to stationery and journaling, if you can't tell. But I love adding color. It's just sometimes it can take a lot of time and it can take a lot of thought because sometimes you don't really know how to add color or what exactly you want to do. And what's nice about journaling is there are no rules, so you can do it literally however you want, and you can add color in the same exact way in every single journal entry. But I was wanting to do some different things each time, and I just kept excusing this like month of color that I was wanting to do. I had been wanting to do it for years now, honestly, but because of how much commitment that I assumed it would take, I just kept pushing it off. But finally, in the month of August, I was like, I'm gonna do this and I'm going to hold myself accountable. And I'm very proud to say that I completed that challenge and used color every single day in my journal entries. And so in today's video, I wanted to do a flip through of the entire month, showing you guys what I did on each day, how I incorporated the color, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas on how you could incorporate color in your own journal entries. And again, there are no rules to journaling, so it is not limited to the ideas that I show you. I'm just hoping it can help spark some ideas for you guys. And also, if you recreate anything that you see in my journal entry, or if you just like do anything else in your journal and just want to show me how you used color in your journaling, I would love to see. So feel free to DM me on Instagram if you want. Also, I'm thinking about doing a part 2 to this video where I just kind of talk about my thoughts more in depth on how the entire month went and just my thoughts on including color in general. If you should, if it's really worth it, the benefits that it's had for me, and all of that jazz. So let me know if you want to see that. I'm thinking I might actually just like film that part 2 video later today after I film this current one, and then I'll just upload it a week from this video that you're seeing, if that makes sense. So it'll be the next upload, but let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. So for today's video though, I mentioned that I did this challenge in August, and if you've been keeping up with my videos, then you would know that I just started my 25th journal. So we're actually gonna have to go back to my 24th journal for the month of color challenge because it was all in here. So let me set up my camera real quick and we can go ahead and start with the flip through. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally doing a month of color where I incorporate some sort of color of any kind in every single journal entry that I do for an entire month. All right, I got my journal here. I'm gonna open up to my last blank page. You can see what I had on the page before. This is just a monthly tracker of things that I wanna do every day. As you can see, journaling with color is one of them. Hopefully I'll be doing it every single day this month. It's gonna be kind of in the background of it because it bled through a little bit. These journal pages are kind of thin, which is honestly not ideal for this month of color challenge, but we're making do with what we got. And I needed to just stop making excuses for this month of color and just actually do it. Today is Tuesday, 2:35 p.m. and it is August 1st, 2023. Baby, we were kissing for the whole ride home. So I just did this little introduction for it, but now it's time to add the color. So I have all of my mild liners here. I put them in this colorful cup that I made a long time ago. It was in 2017 that I made it, and I think I'm gonna add little rainbows all around it. You told me you love me and I sang this song. I sang this song. I had an old time song. That honestly reminds me of Lucky Charms. I think it turned out pretty cute. I'm gonna finish off the rest of the page by explaining what exactly this challenge is. And day 1 is officially done. I ended up completing all of my daily to-dos every single day, which was so amazing. These were just different words that I had that I was wanting to kind of frame my month. If you want a more in-depth video on this and kind of how my journaling holds me accountable and how it just helped me complete all of these daily to-dos, or even just kind of like productivity videos, let me know if you would be interested in seeing that. Also, I'm going to be flipping through the entire month of August to show you guys the color that I used. However, I'm definitely going to be blurring quite a bit of things out just because because I want to maintain my own privacy. So I just wanted to let you guys know. So this is what August 1st and 2nd looked like. I'm pretty sure I only wrote one page every single day for the month of August, and that's just because I was pretty close to the end of my journal and I wanted to make sure that all of the days in August fit in this journal so that I could have the month challenge all in one journal. So for August 1st, I used just like a black font with some rainbows and little like sparkly stars around it. I said, today is the day that I'm finally starting a month of color. I've been wanting to do this challenge for the longest time, and so today is it. I'm gonna do it. So what is it? And so I used a different font here with more colors, kind of matching the same color scheme to kind of introduce the month of color. And then I explained it at the bottom. I said, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, I'm going to try to incorporate color into all of my daily journal entries for a whole month. It'll definitely be a challenge to make the time and think of different things each day, but I think it'll end up being really rewarding. I'm hoping it'll help me expand my creativity, and I think I'll just love looking back on it. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see how my attitude around it fluctuates as I get busier. Hopefully I can stay on top of it each day. I don't know if I'm fully aware of what I'm up against this month. On August 2nd, I said, it's day 2 of using color and I'm already stumped. I was feeling so inspired earlier, but I was in the middle of building my dresser and inevitably ended up pushing off journaling until the end of the day. Comment down below if you remember the dresser ASMR from my move-in video. I'm hoping I'll get in a colorful creative rhythm throughout the month, fingers crossed. And then here I literally just drew some flowers. I said flowers because I don't know what to draw. So this was my color here and it was just randomly on the side of the page. Then I just wrote about my day. So today was a very, very good day. I've really been loving the routine I've made for myself, even though it's only been 2 days, haha. Having structure has always put me in better spirits. I've also gotten up at 6 a.m. for the past 2 days, which I've actually been loving. I get so much done so early into the day, I feel like I make more out of my day. And then I wrote a little bit more down here, but I blurred it out. Also, this was referencing the month of daily to-dos that I did on this page. And just for some context, this was during the summer still, and my classes started, I think it was sometime around August 22nd or 23rd. And now let's move on to the next page. So for August 3rd and 4th, I'm pretty sure these days were both kind of rushed journal entries for me. On August 3rd, I just said I was hanging with Mary, and I used a fun little font for this. You can see the shadows kind of detached from the letters. And then I just wrote about my day. August 4th, I said about to watch the Barbie movie. I'll write later. That was at 8:58 p.m. And then when it was past midnight, I said today ended up being amazing. A lot of you guys know one of my journaling rules is to start my journal entry before midnight. So that's why I started it here, because I had a feeling I might not be able to write later in the night before midnight just because I was watching the movie. And then some more stuff about my day that I'm blurring out. So these two examples of color honestly are nothing crazy, but it's a quick, easy way to add a little pop in your journal entries and kind of gives it a much more visually appealing aspect to it. So here is August 5th and 6th. On August 5th, I said I hit 75k subscribers. This was a fun one because I did like stripes of color with the letters on top. I had to write out the 75k first and then like be careful not to like get on the inside of the letters so that it stayed white. And then I wrote that I hit and subscribers after I had done these colored lines. And then I said, well, I hit it yesterday, but wow, what a huge, huge milestone. I am so very blessed to have been given this platform to do what I love and have a positive impact on others. It truly is something I do not take for granted, not one bit. It seriously is so wild to me to see how far it's come and all that it's done, which is so true, but I don't need to give you guys a sappy speech right now. And then wrote about some other stuff for the rest of the entry. So for August 6th, I said this weekend was just so perfect. And I remember really not wanting to add color this day. I didn't know how to, so I ended up just like having little fun purple accents to it. And I'm blurring out the whole entry, but you can still see all of the little stars and polka dots all surrounding it. So that's just like a really quick, easy way to add color. You can do multiple colors too, but I just used purple here. And you can see I used a white pen on these little perfect letters to make the letters look a little shiny. This is August 7th and 8th. So these ones are super fun. I really like the visual aspect of this because there's color on this corner and then there's color on this corner, and I just think it looks really cool. So starting with August 7th, you can see that I chose 4 main colors because there are 4 pictures that I taped in, and I did a little outline around each of the pictures, and I had that matching the words that I said. So I said I wanted to tape in a couple pictures from this weekend, which is what I was writing about on the previous entry, and then I kind of like color coded the pictures for when I was writing about it. So I said the first picture and underlined it in this like red pink color and outlined the picture here. Same with the second picture when I wrote about it here, the third picture right here, and then the fourth picture right here. I really like how this one turned out, and I gave a little bit of an explanation of what was happening in each picture, and I just really like this because it just organizes it so much more. It makes it much more visually appealing, and it just like helps you kind of follow the flow really well, and the color is just a really fun pop to it. For August 8th, I said I am, and pointed a little arrow and said sleepy, and it's just lots and lots and lots of sleepies. And then I blurred out the rest of the stuff just again for privacy reasons. I honestly didn't write about anything crazy. I like how the color is kind of like focused in the corner, and also I find myself always adding color to like the top, as you can see here, and also kind of in this one too. So even though this was still on the top, it was cool that it was like more focused in the corner and kind of a little bit longer down and not spanning across the whole page. August 9th and 10th, I just love how these turned out, mainly because of the font that I used. The colors are really fun, and I really like the outline. The black really helps the colors pop on the pictures that I did and just the words in general. So for August 9th, I drew this little picture of a sneaker and a sun and said I went on a run. I like using color for only like some words to like make them stand out more, and then I also added the little white pen to it to make it look shinier. I said I went on a run this morning and it actually was a lot better than I had expected. Normally I hate running, but it honestly was pretty good, and now I'm feeling great. I definitely need to start incorporating running into my weekly routine. Oh, and I brought Winston with me on the run. That's my family's golden retriever puppy. He turns 1 in like a month, which is crazy, and he seemed to like it, although he was a pain in the tuchus at times because he was jumping around trying to eat his leash. Silly Winston. We did a 1.5 miles, which definitely helped get out some of Winston's crazy puppy energy. Then down here I have currently craving iced coffee. Big mood. I could really use an iced coffee right now. I said I really want an iced coffee of some kind, but I've been spending too much money recently, and all the stuff I normally use for my yummy coffee is in Charlottesville. Sigh. Alas, it's okay, haha, because I was at home for the summer and I normally like to make really yummy Starbucks-esque coffee, and I just had all my stuff at UVA. And then I said I really need to get to editing, taking the car in for a safety and admissions inspection today, and going to a concert tonight with Miss Linda and Mr. Ed. Those are my neighbors who are like grandparents to me. Love them so much. But here's August 10th, and I said now I'm getting ready for bed, and I just did my skincare. And then I wrote a little bit here saying it's seriously so therapeutic for me, and I definitely spend way too much of my money on skincare, but I really feel like it helps with my skin picking, and it makes me feel so happy and clean and confident. So in the end, it's worth it to me. I'm thinking of buying some more products that I need, but definitely don't need, you know. I'll sleep on it, haha. And then I just wrote about some other stuff down here, but I really love how these 2 pages turned out. I know I already said that. I just feel like the color is spaced out really well. They stand out and pop so well, and I just think it looks so good. It's so pretty. I love how it turned out. So now we're on August 11th and 12th. Guys, before you read this entry, it's a little TMI kind of, but I think it's super cool. I love the human body and things like this. So just, you know, if you don't care to hear about periods, you can skip through this one, but I think it's so cool, okay? I don't care if you think I'm crazy for writing about this. So August 11th, I said, okay, this is probably going to sound so wild, but today I got my, drum roll, 100th period ever. And of course I had to write in red and have red accents and everything. Oh yeah, and I said it's only fitting that I wrote that in red, but yes, I'm serious. I've kept track of my cycle ever since I first started my period, and so I have a list in my notes app of all the dates starting way back in 2016, and today officially starts my 100th period. Also, in case you do the math and you're like, wait, that's like not 100 months from 2016 to now, it's because when I first started getting my period, I got it like 2 or 3 times in a month sometimes, which was awful, but you know. And I said, and hell yeah, I'm gonna effing celebrate that. You wanna know why? Because even though they've caused me so much pain and discomfort, Lord knows, it means my body is working. Even though I literally used to get it 2 or 3 times in a month, well, I literally forget what I write, and then yeah, anyway, even though I literally used to get it 2 or 3 times in a month when I first started getting it, rip, I am woman, hear me roar. That was silly, but I don't care. God, I love being a woman. I am so grateful. The female body is irreplaceable and strikingly unique. It simply is mind-blowing and absolutely incredible in every way. I could go on and on and on. What absolute powerhouses we are. Cheers to a healthy, wondrous body. I'm a little bit passionate about female health and the reproductive system and everything, just because I've always been interested and passionate about obstetrics and gynecology. I've wanted to be an OBGYN for the longest time, and now my nursing plan is to go into obstetrics of some kind. Maybe labor and delivery nurse, NICU nurse, I don't know really exactly, but anyway, that's kind of why I'm a little passionate in this entry. August 12th, I said I've been editing all day and I'm brain dead. So I switched up the fonts like halfway through. This is like a little cursive calligraphy one, and then this is just like a normal block letter one, but you can see that I added that little pen shadow that I've used before for all of the letters. These also have very like warm colors for these 2 pages. And then I wrote about what I was editing. I was editing my Reading My Diary Part 5 video, and I said I've been trying so hard to finish my Reading My Diary, or Reading Diary. Whoops. I forgot Reading My Diary Part 5 video so that I can upload it for tomorrow. I really want to go to sleep, but I still have a decent amount left to do. I feel like I should at least stay up for another hour of grinding. I'm just getting so anxious, and I've literally been editing nonstop since about 8 a.m. That sounds very accurate. Ooh, I do not envy that. So close, but yet so far. I'll do a little bit more tonight and then wake up early to hopefully finish it. These videos are by far my longest videos to edit. I've been slaving away at this video all week. Guys, they seriously take so long, but you guys love them a lot and I'm glad that you do. And if you haven't seen the Reading My Diary videos, you should definitely check it out. Now we have August 13th and 14th. I'm actually gonna blur out this whole entry just because there's a lot of things that I don't want to share on the internet, but I drew these little plants and flowers at the bottom, which I think are very cute. Here's a little close-up of this one, and then here's the close-up of these ones. For August 14th, I said the first half of today was super productive and the second half of my day was super not productive. So I did rainbow letters, as you can see, and I switched off for colors every single letter. It's just like this bouncy little calligraphy font. Then I took my black pen and kind of just like went around the letters. I really like how this turned out, and it's honestly super easy, but the little outline gives it such a nice touch. I said, and honestly, it's just what I needed. I needed some time to chill out. As much as my workaholic self may beg to differ, it was good to hang out and take a good nap and just watch a little TV with Mom and Sammy. And then also blurring this out down here on the bottom. August 15th and 16th, which means we're officially halfway through the month of color. I'm gonna blur out this whole entry too, but on this day I got lunch with a whole bunch of people, and so I said good food and even better company. I really love the colors that I used for this and just the way that this looks. I like how it kind of grows and how my writing on this page kind of like flows against it. And then I like how there's the pattern of like a black small font with a bigger colored font with the like bubble letters. And then you can see I also added like a little gray shadow to it. And I just think it turned out so cute. August 16th, I said things I did today. I did a black calligraphy font, and then I used colors to kind of do a little drop shadow on it, and I alternated for each letter. And then I did a bulleted list of what I did that day, and for my bullet points, I did that same little drop shadow and alternated the colors. Let's see what I did on August 16th, because I honestly don't remember. So I woke up at 6 a.m. and got ready. Babysat Trey from 7:30 to 9, drove him to camp after breakfast, etc. Took a 10-minute nap. It was amazing. Went to Starbucks with my brother Nate to get a bunch of our work done, edited most of Sunday's video, edited lighting, and prepped some business Instagram pictures / content. Oh, I did like editing the like lighting and color grading of pictures. Hung out on my phone for about an hour, walked to the neighbors with Mom and Nate and Winston to dog sit for Sammy, impulsively went to Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Ulta, and Costco with Mom in under 2 hours to get yarn, makeup, and food. We got the new strawberry ice cream at Costco. It was so yummy. About to get my faith fix in for the day and then heading to bed before babysitting. Honestly, this is pretty solid. And we're officially halfway done now. August 17th and 18th now. I'm gonna blur out this entry, but I basically just wrote about something here and then said on a completely unrelated note and then wrote about something completely different. This is a super easy way to add color. I literally just used pink and orange and wrote like normal, but it was just in a bigger font, and then I added like a green little shadow to it that was kind of spaced out from the letters, and then added little green polka dots and stars. Super quick, super easy, and because it's like in the middle of the page, it kind of like separates two topics really well. And then on this side, August 18th, 2023, today marks 4 years since I started my YouTube channel. And then I'm gonna blur out this stuff down here as well. I just wrote about some like channel analytics and then some other stuff happening in my life that day. Ooh, okay, I love how this turned out. August 19th and 20th. Gonna blur out this whole entry, but you can still see that like I literally just wrote in a black pen for the whole journal entry, and I remember not wanting to add color this day, so I added just like a little frame of flowers all around it. This is super duper easy. You literally just do like a green little swirly line all the way around for like a little vine, and then I used different colors like pinks and reds to do big polka dots on each, and then I added some like pen detailing to it to make it stand out a little bit more. Super easy, super simple. I do like a little swirl and then kind of outline so it looks like a little flower. And then on this page I did a brain dump. As you can see, I said brain dump right there, and I just like highlighted every other line and then wrote like a bullet point for each one. I alternated the bullet points with like hearts, big like circles, and stars, and I'm gonna blur out some of these bullet points, but I said I can't wait for the semester to start. Need to have a productive week this week. Excited to get back on a gym schedule. So glad I don't have clinical Thursday this week. I'm so grateful for my life. Cannot wait for some good sleep tonight. Got lots to do tomorrow. Made a long to-do list. I can't believe classes are about to start. Gotta go floss and do my skincare. Those both were some of my daily to-dos that I talked about at the start of this video. This is just so pretty. I really love this color palette that I use, and doing some sort of frame to your writing is a really easy way to add color, especially if you don't really know what kind of color to add, or if you struggle with using color like in the middle of your writing flow. So you can just like write your entire thing and then add some sort of like frame or border. It doesn't have to be flowers. It could be like polka dots, leaves, smiley faces, whatever the heck you want. Stars, I don't know. And then for lists, you can easily change up the colors you use. I love doing brain dumps. It's just like really helpful for me when I have a lot on my mind, or when I just don't want to like write something like this where I'm like writing paragraphs. This is August 21st and 22nd. I feel like these pages go together really well just because of the colors that I used and kind of just like the vibes. So for August 21st, I just did a bunch of these like colored spirals. I think I just like didn't really know what to like do on this page color wise, and I said spirals not because I'm spiraling, but because my mind feels like it's thinking a lot without really going anywhere, so it's kind of like spiraling in a stationary way, kind of. I said I'm about to head to bed. My first day of classes tomorrow, and I have to be at clinical at 6:45 a.m. I'm gonna plan on waking up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna blur out this paragraph, and then I just said here's to a great start of the semester. So this is another really great way to add color, and it's just by like adding words in the middle of writing that just kind of like highlight what you're saying. So just like a quick glance, you can see 5 a.m. first day of classes, amazing, productive, get to bed, health, good, and good night. So you can kind of like get a really quick, easy vibe of what the heck I was writing about and the feel of it without actually having to read it. And it adds like fun little pops of color sprinkled throughout. I said I've been procrastinating journaling all day and night, and now it's time for bed because I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and I have 3 classes tomorrow from 8 a.m. to noon. Today was the first day of classes. It didn't really feel like it because it was a clinical day, but we weren't even on the unit, and I got out early at noon instead of 2:30. It's supposed to go until 3 p.m., but my instructor said she tries to get us out by 2:30 instead. Amazing. Very grateful for that. I really like her so far. I would say that today was decently productive, despite feeling pretty darn sleepy today, which is why I need to seriously get to bed, trying to prioritize sleep and just my overall health of this semester and for my life, haha. I went to the gym today, even though I really didn't want to because I knew it would do my body some good. Anyway, I'm gonna hit the hay. I'll make my schedule and my journal tomorrow. Good night. I'm so excited to rest. And the next pages you guys have definitely seen. My fall semester and the little first day of classes. So on this day, this is just August 23rd. I did actually write 2 pages on this day because I didn't really write. This is just like what my class schedule looks like. I do this every single semester where I just do like a breakdown of my schedule. I love being able to look back on this and see what my day-to-day schedule was for school. I feel like it adds a lot of context on each day when I'm writing on like a Tuesday versus a Friday where I have no classes. This is just a little asynchronous one that I added in, but I can do it like at any point throughout the week. And then there's like the times here. I posted these on my Instagram and also have my first day of classes YouTube video where I did this journal entry if you want to see it. Here's a little close-up of what it looks like. And then I used the same colors that I had on this little class schedule and did little like open circles, polka dots, and little stars. Said first day of classes. I said today was technically the second day of classes, but it honestly felt like the first day of classes because yesterday was just a shortened clinical day and we didn't really do much. Today was my first day of actual classes. And then I just wrote some other paragraphs down here. All right, let's not judge this questionable little drawing down here. Not my best work. I just didn't want to put a lot of thought into things, and this was just a fun little coloring thing that I did. It was really easy. So it was August 24th and I went to Sunset series. You can see that I used the same colors here and alternated for every letter. So it's similar to that other entry, this one, where I used different colors for the words, but I instead alternated for every single letter, and the colors matched this, again, questionable drawing that I did, but you know, it still is a way to add color. This is blurred out, and then on August 25th, I said, I don't want to write. I want to sleep, and just wrote some other things, but that was very much the mood of the day. I feel like a lot of the times whenever I push my journaling off to the nighttime, which is most days if I'm being honest, I always just like don't want to write anymore because I'm just like really tired, and that's when I will tend to rush through my journal entries. But I feel like adding color every day kind of forced me to put thought in my journal entry even when I was really tired. August 26th and 27th. I'm going to blur out both of these entries, but you can see the color that I use. So on August 26th, I just said I'm celebrating Anjali's B-Day. That's one of my friends. Her B-Day is tomorrow, and you can see that I used 2 different colors and alternated for each letter, and then I outlined each individual letter, but kind of like outlined it with like a space between the colors. It makes me think of like balloons almost. And then down here, I don't really know what these are. They're like SpongeBob flowers, kind of. I wasn't intending to make them look like SpongeBob flowers, but they're like these little flower blobs of random colors that I just wanted to add. I first like outlined it and then I colored them in, and it was a cute little coloring project for this day because I just had a lot on my mind this day, so having like a little coloring activity at the bottom was really, really nice. All right, these 2 pages are so cool. August 28th and 29th. I'm blurring out all of the words, but I just think of color is so cool, how it kind of ties these 2 entries together. Obviously, I wrote them on different days, but they're like connected by this same little reflective, symmetrical pattern of wavy lines. But on this side, there are the cool colors, and this side has the warm colors. I think it's really cool, and I like how the words like glow around it. I'm pretty sure on this day, I just like didn't have an idea of what to do and literally just drew the lines. And then on this day, I was like, it'd be cool if I like did the same thing on the other side. And then here are the last 2 entries, August 30th and 31st. So for August 30th, I wrote down a quote that I found, and it says, while you might be doubting yourself, someone else is admiring your strength. And And for like the color pattern that I did here, I did it like intentionally so that it would be kind of like a diagonal with each color, if you can see that. And then I did that same little like drop shadow with the little space with the letters. I really love doing that. It's one of my favorite fonts. I said I just really love this quote. It's a nice reminder of the different perspectives of people, especially for those on the outside. Then down here I did like some little hearts here and a little to-do list with color, and I said things I still need to do tonight: take off my makeup, wash my face plus skincare, floss and brush my teeth, make tomorrow's to-do list, finish clinical post-work maybe, finish my water bottle, evaluate homework for the rest of this week. And at the very bottom I said I'm gonna go get a move on and go to bed ASAP. I'm so sleepy and looking forward to bed so very much. And then on my very last day of the month, August 31st, I said I did it, a whole month of color. And I honestly don't like how this turned out at all, but it's whatever. It is what it is. I was in a very big rush when I did this journal entry, so don't judge. And then I did little hearts down here just to kind of like separate the two things that I was writing about, and I'm blurring out these words. So there you have it, the whole month of color. I cannot believe I did it. So here's a final flip through of what the month of color looks like and how it turned out. I honestly am very, very proud of myself. Comment down below which day is your favorite, and again, if you want to recreate any of these in any way, or if you just incorporate color in your own journal entries, definitely DM me some pictures. I would love to see them, and if you post it and tag me in it, then I will repost it to my Instagram story. But I'm gonna save all of my thoughts for the part 2 video that I mentioned. I think I am gonna just go ahead and film that now and then upload that for my next video that you guys will see, just so that this video doesn't get too long, because it's already pretty darn long with all of the journal entries. Anyway, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and while you're waiting for the part 2 video of my thoughts on it, I would love to hear your thoughts on if you like adding color in your journal entries, if it's really hard for you to do so, the benefits it has for you, if any, or if you don't like it and why. I'd love to have some conversations down in the comments below. But for now, I'm gonna end this video here, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!